Hey, how's it going? Welcome to this Backwoods slasher edition / camping slashers. So it's Backwoods slashers and camp slashers. Basically summertime slasher movies, you know, set in the wilderness, crazy killers on the loose, screaming victims, campers left disemboweled and dismembered and decapitated. And yeah, we're just going to run through some movies. Got a big stack here. I've picked out about 16, 17 films that sort of suit this backwoods slasher idea. So I'm just going to run through it. Got Jason here, king of backwoods slashers. Press his button, he makes a little noise. If I can. Pretty cool. Sackhead Jason is here as well. So he's here to present the backwoods slasher video. So let's run through some movies. So I'll pop Jason down. He just wanted to say hello, say hi. So we'll start with an absolute, like, I'll just take it out of its case and we'll start with sort of like, you know, some prime material for backwoods slashers, and that's The Burning. Yeah, it's about this guy called Crowley. He gets burnt at the beginning of the film, and then it jumps forward in time. He's disfigured. He's going around, you know, slashing all these campers at this summer camp, and it's really gory effects. Great effects from Tom Savini. The boat scene's spectacular, where he sort of like dives into the boat and just starts butchering people and cutting fingers off and everything. But yeah, The Burning's great, and this is the 4K from Scream Factory. Awesome 4K, can't go wrong with The Burning when it comes to backwoods slashers. So I'll just pop that one down. Another one I picked out is like maybe a little bit lesser known, but good nonetheless, and it's from, if I can just find the date, 2015, and that's Charlie's Farm. So again, it's people going camping, as most of these are, so probably don't even need to say that, but stars the huge figure of Nathan Jones, who was like an MMA fighter or something, and he's in it, and he's a really formidable sort of like killer, and he's very tall and very huge, very large figure, very large stature. And creates quite a menacing killer in Charlie, who's basically had a bad upbringing, and he patrols his farmland where he grew up, and he's taking revenge on human beings in general. But yeah, pretty cool movie. It's even got an penis chop scene, which is a bit gruesome. This guy's just standing there, he's been skinny dipping, and then Nathan Jones, Charlie pops up, Nathan Jones, his character, the killer, chop. And it's got some other good kills in there, and quite a good ending as well, like a bit of a surprise at the end. But yeah, Charlie's Farm, pretty damn good. There's a look at him with all his beard and everything on the back. Yeah, do recommend that one. Another good backwoods slasher is Mother's Day from Troma. Pretty cool. This mother, overbearing mother, has two sons. They all live out in the wilderness, well, in the middle of nowhere. These three women go camping. Little do they know that the two brothers are lurking and kidnap them and put them through hell, basically. But it's also quite a funny film because you get to see these guys training to kill people, and it's rather amusing with the mother cheering them on and stuff. And she's a horrible woman, but very entertaining as a bit of a sinister sort of mother character. But that's Mother's Day anyway. Another great one. On to some like absolute like fan favourites, as you know. I've just shown Jason, but the original Friday the 13th is a fantastic camp slasher. They're setting up a summer camp, you know, for people to go there, and basically a couple of days before it opens or what have you, or a week or something, there's a killer on the loose taking out the campers who are setting things up, and it's quite a revelation towards the end who the killer is. And of course there's not really spoiling much here, but there's the infamous scene on the boat, or the dream sequence, or is it? You know, there's that scene, and fantastic Friday the 13th. Great special effects from Tom Savini again. Can't go wrong. Got some great slashing action in that one. And then sticking on the Friday the 13th theme, I picked out 3 of them. So part 2 as well, which features Jason. The first one actually doesn't, which most people do know, but Sackhead Jason comes in Friday 13th part 2, and he looks fantastic in this attire. And yeah, he's just taking people out and avenging his mother. And yeah, some great scenes, great kills, got a good camp atmosphere, good camp vibe. It's about these councillors setting up a retreat. more of the same like the first film, in a different sort of location. It's around Crystal Lake, but a little bit further. I think it's a different location kind of. But yeah, some awesome scenes and some great kills. And these are out of the Scream Factory box set, by the way. So they're great additions. And then part 3, where Jason dons the infamous hockey mask for the first time. He kills somebody and takes their hockey mask, and that basically set the ball rolling for Jason as we know him. But part 3 is pivotal in the series, and it's really good as well. Some good characters. You got the stoner hippie characters and all the others, and the, you know, there's Jason on the back as well. And this basically gets him rolling as we know him. This is when Friday the 13th as a franchise is like finding its feet sort of thing, and getting, you know, ready for more sequels basically. But I really like part 3. It might even be my favourite one. I'll have to go back and rewatch them. Another good camp slasher, The Final Terror. I've only watched it once. It needs another viewing, but I thought this was pretty good. It's got a few like names in there as well. Earlier roles. You have... yeah, there's a few. I'm trying to read them off the back, but I can't quite get the... Daryl Hannah's in there. Joe Pantaleono, from The Matrix. I do know who he is. I'm just struggling pronouncing his name. Pantaleano, I think it is, but and that's about it really. But yeah, it's got a young like Daryl Hannah in there. A pretty good movie, The Final Terror. Sort of like this wilderness survival group. You know, they go out to train and stuff, and yeah, basically, of course, there's a killer on the loose. So that's The Final Terror. Couple of fun ones here. Sleepaway Camp. Obviously, it's got the notorious ending. The ending's quite shocking if you're not aware of it, because when I first watched it a few years back, I was not expecting the ending, and I hadn't had it spoiled for me. I'm sure a lot of compilation videos have spoiled the ending for some people, as that happens with horror. If you watch some of these, if you watch some of these countdown videos, they spoil the ending sometimes. Like I had the Don't Look Now ending spoil in a top 100 horror list years ago, so I knew what was going to happen when I first watched Don't Look Now at the end. But anyway, with Sleepaway Camp, shocking ending if you don't know what's going to happen. Really good, like the revelation that comes into fruition. It's got a pretty good camp vibe. It's about the kids, like at the summer camp. There's a killer on the loose, killing children and adults in brutal manner, and it's all is revealed later on. But yeah, really cool one, Sleepaway Camp. This is the Scream Factory. Love to see this get a 4K. That'd be awesome. And I picked out Sleepaway Camp 2. Just more of the same. It's one of the characters when she's older. She returns to the camp as a counsellor. And of course the slashing commences, and plenty of boobs and stuff in this one. It's a bit, I mean, the first one's pretty low budget, I think, and not exactly like the highest sort of tier of film, but it's very fun. And this is even a bit like sort of, a bit like lower budget, I think, even Sleepaway Camp 2. But it's a lot of fun and I enjoy it. I haven't got 3 yet. The Prey, it's a pretty good one. I like it anyway. I can imagine a lot of people think it's crap, but it starts off with this couple who are camping, and then the wife finds her husband decapitated at the lake, or at the camp, sorry. She's been to the lake to get water, I think, and she goes back to the camp, and he's decapitated, and that gets the ball rolling into the film. This young group go out into the middle of nowhere camping, and there's a disfigured killer on the loose, and the park ranger has realised something's not quite right. People are going missing. He's just sort of spoke to the group that are going into the wild area, you know, in the middle of nowhere, and he's decided to go and trek and see if they're okay, and he kind of comes up against the killer. I think it's really good. But I love a good, like, cheesy sort of low budget camp slasher, backwoods slasher, you know. I'm into that sort of thing. One of the classics is Just Before Dawn. I think this is fantastic. Basically, again, it's sort of like disfigured, huge backwoods killers going after a group of campers. It's got that, I think it stars George Kennedy as well. Yep, George Kennedy's in it. He plays the old guy who sort of says, you know, look out when you go into the woods and stuff to the campers. It's got some great scenes set in daylight as well. The killers aren't too ferocious in this one. They kind of come across as a bit stupid, but like they're good to watch. They're the typical kind of like deformed, kind of disfigured, sort of slightly weird backwoods kind of people, like, who would put an axe through your head. But yeah, Just Before Dawn's a classic. Love it, definitely. And this needs a 4K too. It'd be great. That's the Code Red edition. Another really good one is Rituals. So these guys go on a retreat into the sort of middle of nowhere in the forest, and someone's picking them off. Someone's got a vendetta. There's literally, it's not just like, there's actually not just no reason. There's a reason why this killer is going after them, and he's got a vendetta. And these guys are getting picked off, and they all work in the medical field. They're all friends. They all work in the medical field, and there's a reason why this killer's going after them in the wilderness. And it's got a really good ending as well. I do recommend Rituals. Fantastic film. That's from Scorpion. There's a look at the back. I'll briefly mention Madman. Fantastic film. This is the Vinegar Syndrome edition. Just come out from Arrow as well in the UK. I've stuck with the Vinegar Syndrome because it's a great edition, great 4K. Yeah, tells the story of Madman Mars, goes after all the campers. If you sing, you know, if you tell his story, he'll start to come. He's coming for you. It's got a great score as well, like great soundtrack, the Madman Mars song. Really cool. And the killer's cool as well. This could have done with a sequel. I'd have loved to have seen this be like a little franchise. Maybe not overly done to the point of like saturation and exhaustion, but perhaps like, you know, 3 films of this would have been cool. A sequel especially. But yeah, that's Madman Mars in Madman, killing all the campers. A lot of fun. Yeah, love Madman. Madman is great. Just trying to get it back into this sleeve. Okay, so we're getting down to the last few. I've ran through this quicker than I thought. Deranged, based on the killer Ed Gein, or Ed Gein. Ed Gein, I think it is. It's not Gwen, is it? It's Gein. Ed Gein. Texas Chainsaw Massacre is also kind of based around the idea of Ed Gein's killings, and so is like Psycho and Silence of the Lambs. This is basically, yeah, basically even more so based on him. It doesn't literally use his name. It uses the name Ezra. Ezra Cobb is the character who resembles Ed Gein in this film. And yeah, necrophilia. He's killing people in the backwoods. He's digging up bodies, setting them around his house, you know, all that kind of freaky, weird, skin crawling stuff. But yeah, that's Deranged. Good addition from Arrow. Worth a look anyway. Deranged is. So, last few. I thought I'd pick out the Hatchet series. These are good backwoods slashers. Tells the story of Victor Crowley. He's basically resurrected and he goes on a mad killing spree. This has got all 3 films in. So you've got Hatchet 1, Hatchet 2 and Hatchet 3. Directed by Adam Green. Great character. Victor Crowley's an awesome killer. He's very big. He's mutated. He's also played by Kane Hodder, who played Jason many times. Played Jason Voorhees. Great films, great backwoods slasher. Not exactly reinventing the wheel, but they're just fun films for slasher fans, and you can't deny how fun they are. And then of course there's the 4th film, Victor Crowley, which some people don't like, but I really enjoyed it. More of the same. An airplane in this one manages to get stuck in the swamp in, like, is it New Orleans, like somewhere, or Louisiana somewhere. Like the plane gets stuck and Victor Crowley's knocking people off, and yeah, it's got some good kills in this one. It's pretty brutal. And to finish the video off, I could have put more in, but I went with what I went with. I just thought I'd throw High Tension in because this is sort of a backwoods slasher set in France. It's about this woman who's basically gone to stay somewhere, and this killer comes after her. Why is he coming after her? What's going on? Maybe she's even the killer. Like, you don't know. Like, and it's got a bit of an psychological twist at the finale of the film, but definitely worth a look. And this is the 4K from Second Sight, and there's also a limited edition of this, but I picked up the standard. But fantastic film, really gory as well, and some of the violence, it's very realistic. It's not that, you know, sometimes I can endure plenty of over-the-top gore, like in a film like Evil Dead and things like that, and Dead Alive. Over-the-top gore, kind of wacky gore, doesn't get under my skin, but the stuff in High Tension is very realistic looking. I mean, some over the top gore is realistic looking, but this is very gritty, and yeah, it gets under your skin a little bit when you're watching it. You kind of like, you know, you're a bit, oh, but High Tension, great sort of backwoods slasher as well. And that's basically all of them. So just wanted to run through, thought I'd do a summer themed video with backwoods slashers and camping slashers. Kind of, I called it backwoods slashers, but it's sort of like a mix of the both, you know, backwoods slashers, camp slashers. There's probably some I've missed off, but I went with what I went with. Anyway, I'm finished with this video, so thanks for watching. If you have, drop a like if you can. Subscribe if you're new to the channel and you want, you know, if you like the content. There'll be plenty more variety of different things. Comment by all means, I'll get back to you. Yeah, okay, thanks for watching. That's me finished, and Jason says bye too. Okay, take care, thanks for watching, bye.